Hello! Today I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons of pub/cover gigs. I am in a very lucky position where my full-time job is making music. I would absolutely love for that to be just writing my own songs and performing my own songs, but the reality is that I have to do a lot of cover gigs, which is still great, but I'm just going to talk to you about the pros and cons of those gigs. It's guaranteed money, so whereas sometimes I'll go busking and I'm not really sure how much money I'm going to make in that day, I know how much I'm going to get, so that's probably the main positive. You have a potential audience who wouldn't have known you otherwise. You get free drinks, sometimes a free meal. Regular gigs. I'm currently singing at a pub in London Bridge. He'll call me up and say, "You free on this day, this day, this day, this day?" You never know who's going to be there watching you. However, quite a lot of those pros will become invalid when you hear the circumstances. I think my main con of cover gigs is, unless it's like a planned weekly event like an open mic night or there's live music every Thursday, so people will actually come into the pub specifically to listen to music, no one really goes to the pub and is happy that they've got someone singing. So I'm an inconvenience to their night, so they don't like me. I don't like people either. If I've gone for a big old catch up with someone I haven't seen for a while and I'm sat next to a bloody amp, not happy. Drunk people are really annoying, heckling you, trying to hit on you whilst you're singing, and they're never the people that you'd quite like that to happen. Story of my life. And if they come anywhere near my things, you're just like watching them like a hawk, and then probably forgetting what you're actually playing because you're so concerned about what they're about to do to your equipment. Oh my god. When people with a tray of drinks try to walk past your stuff. The general pub environment is just so loud, and because you're singing, they then have to try and talk louder, so then it's, oh god, it's a battle. You can't hear yourself, but they can't hear themselves either. Quite often the venue that you're playing in isn't really designed to have music, so they don't have like a stage or a set area for you to play in. I've been put in the weirdest places, like just in the corner of a room, outside, on a balcony where no one can see me. Behind a door was my favourite spot. The space is never really generally big enough for what you need it to be, so the feedback is awful. Another thing is basically doing covers, and I'll get booked to play a gig, and they obviously want me because they've heard me before, which is great, and then they'll go, "Yeah, so can we keep all the covers kind of upbeat and jolly?" Jolly? I don't really like doing just happy songs just for the sake of people having a party, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I don't get that much enjoyment out of those. When people request songs, I might just look really rude, but do you realise how talented you have to be able to just go, "Oh yeah, that song, yeah, I know it"? To work out the chords and know all the words to songs on the spot is something I cannot do. So my hat is completely off to anyone that can do that. You are a really talented musician. I can't. So when people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, do you do requests?" I'm like, no. I don't know. I've done a lot of cover gigs and some of them are really, really good, and I do quite often enjoy them for the most part, but sometimes you just get them that they just make you feel like no one wants to hear me and I'm just giving it my all, and it is really like quite heartbreaking, and you just kind of sometimes feel like, what am I doing? But it's not all bad. I don't want to make this too negative, but yeah, basically the best thing about cover gigs is money. And the fact that I can make a living from doing them is fantastic, and I would much rather be doing cover gigs than working in an office for 10 hours a day to get the same amount of money, basically. Yeah.